What somebody does, thinks, or feels is not a reflection of you. How you feel about all those things is what says something about you. How you respond to or react to what somebody else does says something about you. So when somebody is in a bad mood, it's not because you did something to cause their bad mood. I say I'm gonna go to Trader Joe's and I'm gonna go get a salad from Trader Joe's. If I'm putting in the GPS coordinates, that means that the GPS is going to take me to Trader Joe's because that's where I intend to go. I'm going to take some left turns and some right turns along the way. And the traffic and all the external things that take place along my trajectory, that is things that are not in my control. How people drive, the stoplights, all of those things are not in my control. But the way I react is in my control. So that reaction, that response that I have is what says how I'm feeling internally, how my reality is shaped internally. Radical Openness by Tosha Silver. And she talks about how she was driving with this lady. Lady got cut off, and she said, "God bless his heart. He must have an emergency that he has to get to." That is telling and indicative of her internal state and her reality. Now, if she started cussing and she was mad and triggered, that is indicative of her internal reality, because nothing has power over you. You give it power. So when a situation, to me, traffic is the best teacher. I know where my internal state is at when I'm driving, because as long as I'm not getting anxious or angry or upset, then I know that I'm typically good. I literally use driving in traffic to help gauge my internal space and how grounded I am and how calm my mind is. Spirit's testing me. Spirit is testing me. I said, what the fuck? I said, oh my gosh, I love Spirit. I love Spirit because one of the things that I'm learning in regards to cultivating joy is that you have to learn to laugh at yourself. And I've been trying to keep the background noise to a minimum, but it's hot and I don't want to run the AC. So whenever there's noises, I've been pausing. So when that truck backed up, Spirit was just like, "So how's your internal?" Real time. Y'all are seeing it in real time. I'm not even gonna edit it out. It's just funny because now, instead of getting mad, I'm just learning to laugh at myself, and I'm learning the lesson whilst I'm in the lesson. And the more we can learn and be present with ourselves, with our God selves, with our human selves, with our divine masculine and our divine feminine, life gets to be more fun and more playful because you can see you're a determinator of your growth in real time. In that instance, I really could have gotten upset. I really could have been like, "Are you kidding me? This, that," and I really laughed because I said, "Okay, Spirit, I see you. I see what you're doing." And it's just beautiful because I feel like that is literally how we quantum shift and we quantum jump and we switch timelines. It's being actively present with the lesson and being actively present with the application of the lesson. Seeing where you're at. Even if I had got upset, I wouldn't have been upset with myself. I would have given myself grace to be like, "Okay, I see where you're at. Maybe there's some things underlying we need to talk about." But I also can see that now I'm in a place where I can joke and laugh at myself, and that's confirmation for me, because that's what I've been working towards. That's been my goal. So that's another lesson in itself. If you are replacing a behavior like getting upset or getting triggered, if you don't have a goal to replace it with, you're gonna be a little bit confused. Like, I had to work my way to go from anger and resentment to replacing it with grace, then replacing it with compassion. Now we're replacing it with humor and love. If you're not having these goals to get to internally, your external you can't work together. You can't work with the mind and you can't work with the God self, and you can't work with the human self if the connection is not connecting. You have to work on building the bridge so that you can cross back into different, dimensions and timelines or whatever as needed. Every single day you are alive, you are in meditation. Every single moment that passes, you are in meditation. You are in a conversation with God if you so choose. I watched the movie The Shack last night, and I'm probably going to make a separate video, but that movie renewed my faith and restored my faith. Ashe. It restored me. I feel so free now. I feel like that movie was so liberating to me spiritually, because it allowed me to know that everybody who's going to watch the movie is going to interpret it the way they interpret it. But it allowed me to know that there are so many different ways we can create a relationship with God, with spirit, with the universe. Some people want to see things separate. Some people want to see things as one. But at the end of the day, if God created everything from God, then everything in this motherfucker is God. Period. Like, there's nothing else that even makes sense. So when people say, oh, you want to call the universe God and the universe and this and that, didn't God make the universe from God? So plants are living, breathing beings. Water is a living and breathing being. This whole environment is living and being. It's all responding and reacting to you. So if you don't think the trees is God, you don't think the sky is God, you don't think the water is God, you don't think this air that we're breathing is God, if you don't think you are God, then that's really probably where a lot of people need to start. There's a lot of confusion that comes when you do not know yourself. And if you do not know yourself, if you do not love yourself and you do not seek to love yourself, you will never be able to make it to having a harmonious relationship with God. Because you're not seeking God. God is within you. If you're not seeking to love yourself, then you're seeking to go without yourself. And that's a life of hell. I don't know if anybody can relate to that. But going without God, going without self, going without checking in with yourself, with self-abandoning, with rejection, with fear, with anxiety, that's all hell. That's all going without God. That's all going without tapping in. That's all going without exploring your self-conscious and bringing some light to your subconscious. It's hard to navigate this world if you do not know how your universe communicates with you, how God communicates with you, how you would like to be communicated with, how you would like to receive information. Ashe, the birds are chirping. Anyways, this one on a tangent that I didn't anticipate, but hey, if you receive the message, you receive it. Again, this is your self-love coach, Lozen, just teaching you, guiding you on your journey to loving yourself and reconnecting with the God within you, so that honestly you can just live the life that you can create heaven on earth. That's what we're here to do, create heaven on earth.